If someone says, I love you, but you're not ready to say it back, how do you respond? Let's get something to eat. Source: George Costanza. Actually, it was his girlfriend Sienna. I'm hungry, let's get something to eat. Edit. Girlfriend was Sienna, not Celia. According to my ex, you say you're not there yet, but I really like you and I want to see where this goes, and then completely disappear a week later. Person shrugging. Let's see where this goes. Pat them on the head. I was first to say it. I prefaced it by saying, you don't have to say anything back. He didn't. I got a head pat. I wasn't upset though. I would have been more upset if I hadn't told him how I felt. It took about 4 months before one night he said, I think I'm starting to feel that way. 2. I love myself too. This cracked me up cause I knew a girl who actually said that to this guy she was dating. Guy: I just wanted to tell you that I think I love you. Girl: ah, thank you. I love me too. I totally understand, I'm pretty great. We're reading the same book, you're just a couple chapters ahead. That's what my husband said to me years ago when I blurted out my love for him a couple months into dating. Grinning face with sweat. Guess he was right, though. That is such a lovely way to say, I'm not there yet. Did you slow down or are you still a few chapters ahead? Joking aside though, that's a really smooth reply. TBH. Edit. How did this get so many upvotes and no one let me know I missed a word? I once gave a thumbs up. I broke up with my first partner with a grin and a thumbs up, so you're still doing better than me. You can go the Eric Foreman route and hit them with, I love cake. Didn't he also pioneer, I love you? Man. The only appropriate response is fezzes. Cake is good, but you cannot have sex with cake. I usually wake up when this gets said. F. Thank you. Here's your order and your $1.72 in change, sir. I love you. Sir, this is a Wendy's. Oof, flashback to when this happened and I accidentally pretended to fall out the car door to redirect the conversation. Niece saved. This man accidentally pretended. That's like 5 layers of pretending and accidents. Just say, I love YouTube, really fast. But then she'll say, wait. Did you say, I love YouTube? And you'll be like, I said, I love YouTube. And she'll say, right. That's just, I love YouTube, really fast. And you'll be like, I love you, Sagi Yojimbo. I think it's a great precursor to today's manga, which doesn't get the attention or acclaim it generally deserves, and then you should start making reservations to Cheesecake Factory for 1 instead of 2 for the foreseeable future. My now husband said, you're aces. As a joke for 4 years before he told me he loved me. And I married that jerk. Wow. I thought it took my so a long time. For him it was 2 years. It was like a fascinating mental block. I could tell it was really much more of a personal thing than something about me or us, so I hung in there. Just out of curiosity, does he say it first ever now? I have noticed that while my so has no reservations saying it back, he rarely says it first. I know one time I took 20 minutes and responded I love you too because I liked the person and was afraid the relationship would end if I didn't say it back, then added sorry it took me so long to respond I was eating a Pop-Tart. Niece save. Who takes 20 minutes to eat a Pop-Tart? See you in chemistry. Hug me, brother. And I slammed the door in her face. I can't blame you, I'm kind of a big deal. I'm well known in parts of Milwaukee. Grass grows, birds fly, sunshine and brother. Scene 12:48 p.m. Did you just say, scene 12:48 p.m? Whoops, a friend took my phone, haha, we're talking in person. My current boyfriend and I ran into this problem. He was ready to say it after a couple weeks and so he said, I think I love you. And I said, I'm not there yet. He asked if he could say it anyway and I said yes. For weeks he would say, I love you. And I would say, MHM. Oof, I did this to a girl when I was younger and I still feel shitty about it, LMAO. I dated a girl who I told within a few weeks. She didn't not love me, it was clear. But, she said she would wait until the right moment to tell me in those words. She said she believes those words hold an incredible power to them and she preferred to use them wisely. Turns out, she was right. She never told me while we dated, we broke up and remained long-time friends. Still are. When my brother passed, I called her to get some stability. We had a calming effect on each other during times of trauma. By the end of the phone call, I was completely hysterical and my next on the line of emergency support was ready, so I got ready to hang up. Right before I did, I told her I loved her. She said, "I love you, too." And it knocked my world to the ground. I was so flustered and so taken aback, slightly frustrated and shocked at the nerve and elated by the sentiment, that I forgot to even be hysterical. Calmed me down, it did. I'll never forget that moment. I know. Well, she might call you a stuck-up, half-witted, scruffy-looking nerf herder if you said that. It actually works. I was eventually ready and we got married last weekend. That's a bad idea, really. Awesome sauce. That's what makes the sauce so awesome. That's so awesome sauce. Thank you. Usually the person telling me they love me is one of my students. It makes me feel weird. Edit. My most upvoted comment was an offhanded comment about something that makes me awkward every time I'm exposed to it. Thanks Reddit. Maybe they love you as a teacher. I hope. I once said, "Thank you, Edit, for all the upvotes. Thank you." This gave me a flashback to this one time when I went into a store to ask if they were hiring, and as I was leaving, the manager said, "It was nice to meet you," and I responded with thanks, and immediately walked out the door, instead of telling him it was nice to meet them as well. I was just super nervous. I was 17 and had never gone job hunting before, and the manager was super cute, so I didn't really register what he said until it was too late. Definitely didn't get that job, lol. Did the other person say, "You're welcome"? First time I told my wife, she said, "That's really sweet." I was shocked. I walked away in shame, but she grabbed my arm and said, "I just fucked that up. What I meant was that I am so in love with you it hurts." Still married 13 years later. I told my boyfriend I'm not worried that he's not ready to say it back yet, because I know I'll see the day when he is. I want him to say it when it feels as natural as saying hello or goodbye. At the point when the words will tumble out of his mouth, when not saying it would feel wrong. I don't want to hear it if he's not 100% ready. I'm not worried, because every single one of his actions and every aspect of his personality radiates care, love and trust. He's already told me he loves me, even if I haven't heard the words. I'm completely confident that it's not an issue of insecurity or lack of love. It's just not time yet. And that's more than okay. Until then, I'll keep enjoying every ounce of time he and I spend together. So if you're not ready to say, "I love you," yet, or your partner isn't, try not to let it detract from all the special moments between the two of you. Let those moments speak love, and the words will follow in their own time. Be confident and be patient. Awesome response. Hope you and your boyfriend have the time of your lives together. I remember me asking, "Are you sure?" Edit. Since this comment got a bit of recognition, thanks for the award. If you're interested in the whole story and how everything turned out, just read through my comments here. Kind of a tough story with a plot twist and maybe a happy end. That's basically how my wife responded. After a few seconds she said it back though. Edit. Lol, this really blew up. What happened was I said it, time stopped and she said, "Are you sure?" and I said yes, then hugged her and she said it back. We joke about it now because after our first date I took some bad internet advice and didn't contact her between the first and second date, like 4 days, and she thought I didn't like her. I'm not ready to say it back. Yep, this. I said, "I love you," she said, "I'm not ready to say it back yet, and I don't want it to be just a response to you saying it." I went from, "Huh," to, "That's cool," in about 3 seconds. When she did say it, goosebumps, because she meant it. When you meet someone that in touch with their feelings, and confident enough to do that, you know it's real. So, I married her, best move I ever made. Bingo. Maybe Aden, I take this really seriously, and I do care about you, but I don't want to say it just because you said it. That takes some of the sting out of it while validating what they said. I get to tell this story. I believe it was about a month into our relationship. It was the day before my birthday and we went to her father's house. He had recently passed, so she was cleaning the place up to sell. Anyway, that night, we ended up having sex. Yeah, I thought it a bit odd that we were fucking on her dad's bed, but we were young and a new couple, so I went with it. After things were said and done, we cuddled and talked about life. Then, there was silence and she looked me in the eyes. She said that I probably won't believe her, but she loves me. My response was, real slick timing to say that after we fuck. Didn't know I was that good. She laughed and I told her that I couldn't say it back but that I cared about her a lot. 3 weeks later, I said it. Edit. This blew up. I'm half tempted to plug my Twitter as a reviewer. Instead, I'll just say thank you to everyone. I'll still try to answer everyone, but I wanted my gratitude to be seen. Are you still Heather? A week after meeting my boyfriend when I was 18 and he was 21, he confessed he had fallen in love with me. I was not feeling that same way and I said, wow, I never expected you to have such strong feelings for me so fast, and that's okay. But I am not feeling that way for you right now. He wasn't mad, maybe embarrassed, but we have been married for 10 years in October and together for 13 smiley face. It is okay to not have the same feelings right when the other person does. Edit. Age a year off, I was a week from graduating HS. Before my wife could say it to me, she used to do the sign in ASL. I had no clue what she was doing until I looked it up after a couple weeks of her giving me some weird, hang 10, rock on, symbol, which is what I thought, every time she would leave or vice versa. Neither of us were ready to actually say it even though we did love each other. And amp, #X200B, so if you're not ready because you don't want it out there, this works. Took her going on a vacation for us to actually say it for the first time. If you're not ready because you don't love them back, that's a whole different thing. I said, as you wish, to my now husband for a while before we were ready to say it. He'd never seen The Princess Bride and had no idea what I was talking about until I sat him down and made him watch the movie. My current significant other and I recently dealt with this and I thought she did it very well. I told her I loved her and she said, I know, all cocky. She's a fan of Star Wars and I got the joke so I laughed. Then she told me she's sorry she's not ready to say it back. That's honestly the best way. It stopped me from overthinking it and it allowed us to have a conversation about it, and I could tell her I didn't ever want her to say, I love you too, in response. Just say it when, if she wants to say it. Then I told her I was jealous that since I said it first she got to now use the cool, I know, line whenever I said I love you. Anyway, it's a bit awkward but it's a good conversation to have so neither of you feels pressured or awkward when it comes up. For a while it became a nice in-joke with the I know line and that was fun. Now she says it back so I get to throw out the I know sometimes too. Yay. It means so much to me that you said that and I know you mean it. I know I will get to that point soon, and when I say I love you, I want you to know that I mean it. But I'm not there yet. I care about you deeply and my love is growing. Oh, wow. I love you. This happened to me. I was leaving her house and she said, bye handsome. I love you, and I said, ha, text you when I get home. Felt pretty bad. Narrator. But he didn't text her back. Finger guns obligatory edit. Thank you for the silver. Also thanks for making this comment quintuple my karma. Yeah, but then you just need Prince to teach you how to say it back. Zoop right finger smiling face with sunglasses right finger. Well, my girlfriend was so overwhelmed when I told her that it took her like 5 whole minutes to respond. I was just there shitting bricks thinking I messed up, but apparently she was just so happy I finally told her. But don't leave them hanging. My brain stopped working when you told me that. I needed a moment to say it back lol. Oh, fuck. I've said to a girl recently, you don't have to say anything back, this is me telling you how I feel. I love you. I wanted you to know where I stand, and maybe one day, you could stand with me. And amp, #X200B, it worked, but I also didn't shove it down her throat every day. Just say, I love lamp. Random question, but are you, by chance, a moth? Do you really love the lamp or are you just saying it because you saw it? Hey. I love me too. High five. You're so sweet and I really care about you. I like to save my I love you for a really special time when I know I'm ready. I'm so flattered, how's that for a dodge? I'm so flattered, how's that for a dodge? My husband said I love you first and I was so shocked I said, thank you, lol. A month later I said it back, but man I still feel bad, he looked so sad when I didn't say it back right away, but he was so patient with me.